Dallas police are receiving criticism for citing they found less than 1 ounce of marijuana in John's apartment. Lawyers for John are accusing the police of trying to criminalize him. Joining me now to continue this conversation is retired Chief Deputy U.S. Marshal Matthew Fogg. Matthew, thank you so much for joining me today. When it comes to the Dallas police saying that they found marijuana in John's apartment, does this justify why he was killed?
Absolutely not. And really, that's what makes police, makes us look a little bad when you start talking about an incident that had nothing to do with the shooting at all. So why was that even mentioned? The fact that she was in the wrong apartment, she's admitted that she made this mistake, whatever it was. So she was totally in the wrong, and it wasn't a police incident at all. She was a civilian when she went in there.
Officer Guyger, she was arrested and charged with manslaughter 3 days after she shot and killed Botham Jean. Many are angry that it took so long. So many people were saying if I went out there and killed somebody, I would have been arrested and charged that same night. So
Right.
Do you think law enforcement was being too lenient in this case?
Well, in law enforcement, we do have certain rights as a law enforcement officer. Officers' Bill of Rights, whenever we're involved in shootings, that there's a certain amount of time that we have that before we can be charged with a crime, that they give us time to be able to get our stories together, so to speak. In this case, she was off duty, and so now she's trying to say at some point that she thought this guy was a burglar or something like that, and she acted. But again, to me, it was careless. It was totally, how do you go into your own apartment? I mean, sometimes you say hotel rooms, you might knock on the wrong door. But when you're talking about the house that you've been living in, you know your place of abode, you go to that level where you actually get inside and you don't recognize I'm in a strange place, something isn't right here, and back out, but to start firing your weapon, I just don't understand it.
And that's what a lot of people are arguing, that it just doesn't make sense. So how are authorities going to uncover the truth? Some neighbors claim that they heard Guyger knocking and shouting, "Let me in," while Guyger claims she just walked into the apartment and believed it to be her own. So how are authorities going to uncover what really happened here?
Right. Well, again, she's a Dallas police officer, so everybody's questioning the fact that can police themselves? We've always had that issue. And I would have to say that would be probably a problem. That would be problematic right there. It needs to be a third party or outside investigative agency or somebody looking into this incident. But yeah, you have to wonder, how did it happen? If there was, in fact, that, was it intent? Did she mean to be there? Did she mean to do what she did? Or was it an accident? And these are all the things that you're trying to figure out as an investigative party.
I want to go back to where the Dallas police say that they found less than 1 ounce of marijuana in John's home. Could this be used in the case?
Well, I don't think it can be used in the case because it had nothing to do with the shooting. But it does diminish him in the public's eyes, or try to, in some ways, put a slant on his character, which is wrong because this man was shot dead in his own apartment. Had nothing to do with the marijuana. So I think the fact that the police put that out there, what they did was tainted the police even more and give the public more reason to not trust the police. And these are things we're trying to get away from.
And that's what lawyers for John's family are saying, that law enforcement is just trying to smear his image and make the officer look better than what most people are seeing her as. We're running short on time, so I'm going to ask you this final question. Some are saying that although Guyger was off duty, she acted in the course of her employment when she fired her weapon, giving a possibility she could be held liable for John's death in civil court. Do you think she should be tried as if she were on duty simply because she fired her weapon?
Well, the key is she had a right to have the weapon. So anybody has a right to have a weapon. If you believe your life is in danger, you really got to be able to convince a jury or somebody that you believe your life was actually in danger. That's what she's saying. She felt like she was in her place and there was a burglar there. So she did everything wrong as far as where she was actually supposed to be at in her own place. But the fact is, in her mind, she's saying her intent was to stop an intruder.
All right, we're going to leave it right there. Thank you so much. That's retired Chief Deputy U.S. Marshal Matthew Fogg. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that's it for Race in America and today's news. Follow me on Twitter at AshleeBanks_RT.